The ticket wasn't supposed to win. Clara almost threw it away. It had been tucked between receipts at the bottom of her purse, crumpled, forgotten, bought on a whim at a gas station she barely remembered stopping at. She only found it because she was cleaning out everything, trying to make space in a life that felt too full of things that didn't matter. "Last chance," she muttered, smoothing it out on the kitchen counter. The numbers didn't match, at least not at first glance, but in the corner, where there should have been nothing, a faint line of text shimmered into view. "Congratulations! You have won. 1 day." Clara blinked. "What?" She turned the ticket over. Blank. Back again. The words were still there. "Redeem by midnight." A strange unease crept up her spine. "1 day of what?" she whispered. As if in response, new words appeared beneath the first. "Choose a day, relive it, change it." Clara's breath caught. "No," she said, stepping back. "No, this is some kind of trick." But her heart was already racing. Because there was a day. Of course there was a day. There's always a day. It took her hours to decide. Or maybe seconds. Time blurred when memory took over. She sat on her couch, ticket in hand, staring at the clock as it crept toward midnight. Just 1 day, she said to herself. Just one mistake. Just one moment she could fix. Her thumb traced the edge of the ticket. "I won't change much," she whispered. "Just one thing." The clock struck 12. The ticket burned warm in her hand. "State your day." Clara closed her eyes. "June 14th, she said. Her voice trembled. 5 years ago. The world snapped. Sunlight, warm, bright, alive. Clara gasped, stumbling as the scene shifted around her. She was standing in a park. She knew this place, knew this day. Her heart began to pound. "No way!" Laughter echoed nearby. Clara turned, and there he was. Evan, alive, smiling, reaching for her hand like nothing had ever gone wrong. Tears filled her eyes instantly. "You're late," he teased. Clara choked on a sob. She stepped toward him, her hands shaking. "Evan!" He frowned slightly. "Hey, what's wrong?" She wanted to tell him everything. That he was gone, that she'd lost him, that she'd spent 5 years wishing she could take back the fight that ended with him walking away right before the accident. Instead, she just held him, tight. "I'm sorry," she whispered. Evan laughed softly, confused. "For what?" "For everything." She didn't repeat the fight. That was the change. The one thing she promised herself. When the tension rose later that day, when the familiar spark of argument flickered between them, Clara swallowed her pride. "I don't want to do this," she said instead. Evan blinked. "Do what?" "This," she said, gesturing between them. "Fight. Not like this." The moment shifted, subtly, powerfully. Evan exhaled, tension easing. "Yeah, me neither." They talked instead, really talked, about the things they'd buried, the fears they'd ignored, the distance they hadn't wanted to admit. And for the first time in years, Clara felt like she was getting him back. Night fell. The day began to close. Clara felt it, like a thread pulling her back. "Something's different," Evan said quietly as they walked toward his car. Clara's heart skipped. "What do you mean?" He studied her. "You feel like you already know what happens next." Her breath caught. She hesitated. "I just want you to be careful tonight." Evan smiled. "I always am." "No," she said, grabbing his hand. "I mean it, please. Just take a different route home, or wait a little while. Just don't go the usual way." He frowned slightly. "Clara." "Please." Something in her voice made him pause. Then he nodded. "Okay, yeah, if it makes you feel better." Relief flooded her. "Thank you." He kissed her forehead. "I'll call you when I get home." Clara watched him leave, her heart pounding. This time, she thought. This time, he'll be okay. The world shifted again. Clara stumbled, gasping as she landed back in her apartment. Dark, quiet, present. She looked around wildly. "Evan!" she called. Silence. Her chest tightened. No, 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 no. She grabbed her phone, hands shaking, and searched his name. Nothing. No contact. No messages. No trace. Her heart dropped. "That's not—" "No, I changed it," she whispered. "I fixed it. He's supposed to be—" A sharp pain cut through her head. Clara gasped, dropping to her knees. Memories, new ones, flooded in. Different. Wrong. She saw herself, alone, years passing, but not grieving Evan. No, grieving something else. Someone else. A child's laughter echoed faintly. Clara's breath hitched. "What is that?" More memories crashed in. A small hand in hers. A voice calling her, "Mom." A life that felt real and distant all at once. Then, gone. The pain subsided. Clara lay on the floor, trembling. "What did I do?" she whispered. The ticket lay beside her, faintly glowing. New words appeared. Change accepted. Below it, cost collected. Clara's hands shook as she reached for it. "What cost?" she demanded. The ticket shimmered again. One life for another. Her breath stopped. No! Her mind raced through the new memories. The child, the life she'd almost had, the future that no longer existed. Tears streamed down her face. "I didn't know," she whispered. "I didn't. No one told me." All changes have consequences. Clara clutched the ticket. "Take it back," she begged. "Please, I'll undo it. I'll go back. I won't change anything, I swear." The glow faded. The ticket went cold. Blank. Useless. Days passed. Clara searched for Evan, and this time, she found him. Alive. Well, living a life that no longer included her. He didn't remember her. Not really. Just a faint sense of familiarity when they crossed paths once, months later. "Do I know you?" he asked politely. Clara forced a smile through the ache in her chest. "No," she said softly. "I don't think so." That night, she sat alone in her apartment. Quiet, empty, but different. Because now she knew. Somewhere, in a life she would never live, a child had once existed. A laugh she would never hear again. A future erased by a choice she thought was simple. Clara stared at the blank lottery ticket. "One day," she whispered. Her voice broke. That's all it took. And in the silence that followed, she finally understood. Some things weren't meant to be fixed, because fixing them meant losing something you didn't even know you had. If you enjoyed this story, please click the subscribe button. Thank you.